Right, lads, Manchester United are through to the next round of the FA Cup.
Hey, United on the team for me. We've seen it all.
Okay.
We've won the lot.
I've never seen this. It's been a long time. It's been a rough season. It's been a hard season. Just to be clear, they've won nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Mate, they're going to Wembley. That's a trophy in itself.
Wait. You lot are not going to do that. Do you know how happy I've been? And thank you so much, Josh. You've done some good defending of Man United, but I'm here now. And guess what, bro? I'm here now. You were wicked.
I'm glad you said that, by the way. I'm glad you said that.
Am I right in thinking? And I want to give you your flowers, Manchester United fans, and all that, right?
Don't worry, I'm taking the flowers,
Let's
mate.
be real. Yes, sorry.
I'm taking the flowers, mate.
Let's be real.
Yes.
This is bigger than just winning an FA Cup quarter-final.
All right.
It's about who it was against. It's about how it happened. So tell me what it means.
All right. First things first, we have to talk about things. Again, I've been loving your Newcastle content and Eddie Howe. Yeah, the roses, they smell. They're stinky now, innit? Yeah. You're not happy, bro. And I love it. You know, I've been waiting for this day. I usually sit there sad. And you're looking at me saying, oh, how goes Eddie Howe? Oh, best in it. No, now you're doing videos. We got to talk about Eddie Howe.
And to be fair, rewind it back. You've been saying it.
Yeah, you know what my favourite shot is? You know when he says he's got to talk about Eddie Howe, and then obviously the production here is amazing, isn't it? Because he says that, and then it switches to that camera over there, and it's like, I just don't know if he's the man. I love the camera shots, all the work. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here. Now, you lot are talking about my manager, and guess what? My guy's gone to he's getting to a semi-final. Let's just have it right. Back-to-back semi-finals. You ask me, where's the progress? You ask me, what is he doing with his team? And we're seeing it right now. Even if you talk about the top four, hey guys, it's on. The top four. Yes, it is. The top four is on. It is absolutely on. The Aston Villa's bums are going. I said it about Newcastle as well. When expectation comes, guess what happens? Crumble FC. Right now, you're seeing Aston Villa. They can't manage it. Tottenham.
You're 6 points behind Spurs.
Yes.
And you're 9 points behind Villa. But
their bums are going.
You have a game in hand. It's possible.
And their bums are going.
Let's be. It wasn't what you hoped for this season, but you're in with a chance.
What do you mean?
You hope that progression is we finished third.
Yes.
We're now challenging in around.
Oh no, we knew we weren't ready. We're not ready to challenge. Well, you
say that now, but what I'm saying is that would be progression, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't. No, progression is at the end of the season looking at being realistic and being objective and saying, hey, let's look at how the season went. We've had injuries like yourselves. You lot can't manage. Yep, have to make sure I let you know at every single moment. We've had injuries.
We can't manage because we haven't got.
I don't care what's going on because you didn't give me all that. You didn't say when Ten Hag was getting through it, there was no quarter. There was like, don't blame injuries. You spent all this money.
Yeah, because you spent more money than anyone else in the league.
We played Maguire in the Force 9 yesterday, mate.
And Anthony left back.
We had Bruno as a centre back. We had Anthony as a left back. I don't want to hear about this.
We're talking injuries.
Yes.
Liverpool probably have had worse ones than
not Man United. No way.
No. I mean, in terms of the team that they put out, you could argue it's comparable.
We played because I remember Klopp's babies and stuff and all this other crap. We played the kids. We had Cobby in there, 18 years old. Yeah, this guy's can't even drink yet. Can't go out in America. He's too young. Yeah. Then you got another kid, Garnacho, second season. You talk about progression and let's see if there's a project and stuff going at Man United. Well, this kid's lining it up. He was in that game. He was important. First half was Man United's. Second half,
I disagree. I think actually up until the goal, when Man United scored, I felt like from that moment on, Liverpool just took over the game, and it was to a point where
at the 40th,
when Liverpool scored, did anyone else feel like it was like inevitable? Like I was actually like I was watching this game thinking you'd think it was being played at Anfield because Liverpool was so in
don't
control.
Give me that crap.
I'm being honest.
No.
I'm not saying for the whole game. Let's just be honest. Like for the a strong period of the
first half, how much are you giving us?
The second half of the first half and a good portion of the second half as well, Liverpool just seemed in cruise control. It wasn't even competitive.
No. There was no cruise control right now. I don't know what kind of car you're talking about, mate. I'm telling you, Man United, you saw
when
Man
they went 2-1, they'd had a goal disallowed as well. It could have been 3-1.
But
you were very lucky.
But how many times did we get in? We got in. Getting in. The door was ajar.
But there was a large portion of that game where Liverpool looked in inevitably going to win.
No, they look like they was dangerous. It's Liverpool. It's one of the best teams.
Dangerous isn't in control. They were in control, mate. You were dangerous. You weren't in control.
Second half, they weren't. Don't give me this control crap. Second half, that's when they started to look like Liverpool. But I was saying, hey, guys, guess what? They haven't scored. We're still in this one. I was believing the whole stream. I said, guys, this game is not over. And then it's like, you're looking at the game, you're like, it's just 2-1. And then miraculously, who does it? Who's the guy that scores the second goal? Is that Anthony for me?
Yep.
Anthony. Mr. Tiger himself.
No, right. Second goal of the season.
Guess what he does? He does the spin move. He's perfected it. You know, he's been working on that. Virgil van Dijk spin move, bottom corner. Beautiful. And then after Liverpool fans, they're getting excited again because they're like, you know, usually Liverpool should win this game. Liverpool, but then look at the record, Ten Hag versus Klopp. It's right now, yes, the 7-0 happened, but since that game, Man United has been getting some favour there. Man United, a draw, they've come to us, we beaten them, and we beat them again. So right now, I'm saying that my manager's starting to work out Jurgen Klopp because I wanted these guys. Before this, even there's videos of me saying, I want Liverpool.
I felt like it was just a close game that could have gone either way.
Never. We was going to win that game.
I don't know. KG,
I'm telling you, from the beginning.
Even in extra time.
Never.
When Harvey Elliott scores.
Never.
When Harvey Elliott scores.
Go and find the footage. All you can see me is saying, I promise you, bring me Liverpool. From the beginning of the game, I said, I need Liverpool. As soon as we went through, I said, because we need to, Klopp's leaving, I want Klopp to leave with tears in his eyes. Not like, yeah.
No one's more happy about that than me, right?
Yes.
And we'll get on to Klopp. But was there a point in the game where you lads felt, maybe impartially, that Liverpool were throwing it away as much as Man United were taking it?
I think this is the first game where I've looked at Liverpool and thought they looked tired. Do you know what I mean? This has been the first time I've looked at them.
They had the other cup final where they played 120 minutes not long ago.
But that still felt...
I'm just saying, those mount up, don't they?
Disingenuous.
100%. What do you mean disingenuous?
This is disingenuous. I'm going to wait.
Let him talk.
I'm not saying that. I thought like Liverpool. I thought there were parts of the game Liverpool controlled. I thought United looked dangerous for most of the game. Look, the weird thing about the way United play football, I agree that you had the door ajar. You were knocking on the door. But the only way you can do that is by letting them just flood onto you every time you go forward. The amount of times I watched Kobe Mainoo try to control about 50 yards of space on his own, while Liverpool bear down on you and he's just fucking running back trying to rescue a defence who didn't dare push up. Like, I still think there's massive tactical holes in the way that Ten Hag sets up. I think yesterday that a good United player stepped up. I thought you gave them a game. I thought Liverpool looked a bit too tired to kill the game off. I thought as soon as Harvey Elliott scored that goal, I thought United looked even more dangerous. And, you know, watching the final goal that Amad scores, like...
Yep. Another young player.
I think it was Endo and someone else sort of skip over the ball together.
It was Elliott as well.
Endo and Elliott muck around in the box. And then they like Liverpool just don't look like they have the legs to recover. For me, if I was a Liverpool fan, there'd be a small part of me going, you know what, when we've got a title race, when we've got a run-in to do, maybe we don't need these games in the FA Cup.
Do you not think
of course they're gutted, but and I'll give you flowers, mate. I mean, you've had so many flowers, your house must look like fucking Mother's Day. Still going mad. You look like a garage forecourt out the front.
Do you not think though that like from a team like Newcastle supporter, we've played Liverpool twice this season, and in both times we'd been very threatening against them. I'd felt the vulnerabilities in this Liverpool side. We were we lost, right? But we were 1-0 up until the 89th minute, and then they hit us for 2. And there's only so many times that you can do that to everyone else. And how do they do that? They bear the pressure down on you. And at some point, if you keep gambling like that, and let's be real, for all Manchester United fans, like that, like they haven't got the most expensive squad in the Premier League. They haven't got the highest wage bill in the Premier League, and are severely underperforming overall.
Here we go.
They have great ball strikers, and in those great ball strikers, you can punish people. And I felt like what we've seen yesterday was like that inevitable moment where we've been talking about on the kickoff for a while of at some point you will get caught out by needing those last minute winners.
Say something?
And it'll be you on the receiving.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
Do you know what I really love? I love Brian. He's been crying for weeks, mate. They won't let us into the top elite. Someone behind FFP. There's a big conspiracy. No, there's not, blood. You need to do your job. You're just not doing your job good enough, mate. And guess what? Man United, again, you can see it with a sleeping giant, and we're trying to wake up. It's been a long slumber. It's been a very long slumber, but you lot know. There's that fear factor of when we get it right, we can play teams. Last season, there was no one talking about, we played the most games. We was in so many competitions, I never heard tiredness. And if I could use tiredness as an excuse for this season and how all the players are broken down, because I think the injuries that we have this season is because we killed everyone last season.
Can you understand the criticism though? Like, you just say we're a sleeping giant. Man United are a giant. There's nothing. There's no sleep. There's no sleep
play
about
like
it.
Asleep sometimes.
You're considerably the highest wages in the entire league, and you're in 6th place.
Hello, Mr. Chelsea.
Is that? No,
hello, Mr. Billions.
Let's not worry about Chelsea,
hello,
mate.
Mr.
We're 4th in the league table in terms of wages.
Hello, Mr. Billions.
Let's just say
it's like a wife.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr.
God, it's got very defensive all of a sudden.
Hello,
it's
Mr.
got very,
Billions.
very defensive.
You know what though? Like,
no, but come on, you should be
Manchester
right.
United have serious talent, and this is the thing that I'm not taking away from. When I criticise Ten Hag, it's because
unfairly your criticism has been unfair.
But in Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Højlund, you've got players who can strike a ball really well and score goals. That has been digging him out of shit all season, in my opinion.
Well, that's their job.
But the point is the manager's job is to make sure that you have a tactical stranglehold on the game to some degree, and that is something that he is consistently struggling with to this day.
Well,
right?
no,
but what I will say,
pushback.
Does this not show you, right? Then this is my point. The levels that Man United are capable of when they do actually click. Because to me, if you did have a manager who could control games with
the guy
with this level of talent in your firepower, you'd actually be burying.
All right. So now what I need you to do is respect the job that he's doing on Rashford, respect the job that he's the nurturing that he's doing on Garnacho.
What job's he done on Rashford?
Well, Rashford had his best season with Ten Hag. His best season was last season. This season has been a down season, but I'm saying that end of the day, in terms of Rashford's never been coached, I would say. In terms of the different coaches he's had, he's never really had someone that said, all right, Rashford, this is how we're gonna play. This is what I expect from you. I'm being fair with Mourinho, LVG, all the different types.
There's been a problem between Ten Hag and Rashford?
No, I don't.
Do you not think him going out on the piss and disregarding his managers?
Well, it was silly. That was a bad decision. That was a bad footballing decision. But you have to be fair. Garnacho was someone that, when he first came to the club, when I went on the first tour with them, Garnacho wasn't there. Garnacho's talent was always there, but then it's like, you're not ready for this moment. And what you got someone that's really honed this talent, making sure he tracks back, making sure he's one of the hardest players on yesterday, that guy played with an injury as well. He played over 100 and how many minutes? Yeah, that's levels of just attention. Now we're taking off Rashford and saying, you go and play in Rashford's position. Then after, let's talk about Kobbie Mainoo. That's another player you look and say, it's got nothing to do with Ten Hag. No, it has all to do with Ten Hag.
No, respect for Kobbie Mainoo, respect for Garnacho.
Yes.
I can't give him Rashford flowers, man, for Ten Hag.
It's
getting worse.
No, you have to.
The more time he spends with Ten Hag, the worse he gets. He was good last year. He's getting worse now.
No, this is a downturn in the season for him, but you can't say he's getting worse. Because again, if we go and lift this FA Cup, you got to say credit and flowers to this manager. Dalot has improved.
Dalot, I'll give you that.
Dalot's improved. There's so many, even the fact of, even down to what some people can say, like McTominay. How McTominay's being used and what this is McTominay's best goal scoring season.
I agree. I think he's getting more out of McTominay than we've seen before.
Many players.
I think the Rashford one is very much in the air right now. Like this season has been, it's hard to give anyone credit for anything. Them two, for me, it's a frictional relationship.
I don't believe so.
I'm waiting to see, because when Rashford is getting interviewed, he doesn't give Ten Hag a lot of credit. He doesn't speak highly of Ten Hag. If anything, he avoids the Ten Hag subject all the time.
Nah, he loves him.
Okay, well,
he loves him.
KG, don't love him.
He loves him. Where are you lot getting this from? Where are you lot getting there's a fractious relationship? As soon as he came, this is how.
Did you see the recent interview? Did you see the recent interview?
Which one?
The one where you don't question my commitment to this club interview.
Yeah.
At no point does he go, when he's talking about what he's recently turned down in the other contracts, at no point does he go, and I turned them down because I believe in this club, this manager, this team. He doesn't say any of that.
Yeah.
And his body language has been highly criticised by almost every single pundit. His body language, if he believes in that manager, isn't like that.
But when did these, and this is the thing, when did these pundits become body language experts? Because that's what I want to know.
I'm not a body language expert. I watched Ross Barkley walk past in the space my nan walks at. Mate, you don't need to be a body language expert.
I'm telling you now, listen, guys, we're not doing this. This manager, when he first came into the club, and Ten Hag is, what you get is what you see is what you get, basically. As soon as he, on the first tour, Sancho, he's like, you're going to play for me. You're going to be my guy. And he's literally banked everything on this player, on Rashford. And it went well the first season. Second season, he made a mistake. And if you think he's not like, if there was a fractious relationship, he would not be playing after the Belfast incident. He gave him one internal when he didn't play the game, internal ban that we didn't see. So if you tell me that's a player in a fractious relationship, he will not be playing.
Okay, he tried that with Sancho. Maybe he learned a lesson to go, all right, I can't afford to put Golden Boy out on his arse. And maybe Rashford is getting preferential treatment. I don't know. To your point, I think Garnacho's coming on.
Yes.
Meno looked
fantastic.
This is the thing, though. Whether or not that's because of his coaching remains to be seen, because right now I'm very reluctant to say that Ten Hag's some great coach, because he hasn't proven that.
No, because he has. Because you've got to look at
he spent a whole bunch of money.
Look at his past. Gravenberch, De Ligt. He made De Ligt the captain of that young Ajax team. So there's lots of players.
But there's nothing we're seeing from the Ajax movement that is transferable.
No, but I'm talking about young players and the young players he's brought through. The list is long, and some of these players are applying their trade in top football right now.
Why has he brought through Kobe Manu? Why has he brought through Garnacho? Because his signings have been absolutely fucking fit.
But it's your job.
Let's be real, though.
It's a job as your manager. Your job is to identify talent and play them.
The players are playing. They're good. But I just want to be fair. Like, you can't have, and this is the thing with Ten Hag. I've never known a manager get so much credit for what he does right, no credit for what he does wrong.
No, because
credit is credit regardless.
But then I think it's been unfair in the way it's been broken down. So even when you look at, like, now the signings, even I was wrong. I cussed Onana. I came on here and said Onana worst signing the season. He's actually trying to. He's finding his form. Yeah. He's finding his form again.
They couldn't have got any worse though.
Yeah, it was bad.
But yeah, he's
improved. Yeah. Another player that he believed in is Rasmus Højlund. Now giving Rasmus the number 9 and saying that's a brave move as a manager. Like it or not, to say that's my one sole number 9 playing in Atlanta and said there's talent there. I'm gonna believe in him. I'm gonna back this kid. So when you now talk about his signings, Martinez is not a bad signing. It wasn't a bad signing. And then what people are doing is they're equating the loans, because Man United are not the same team that they used to be, where we should go out and get the best in class. Now what we're doing is, because we've not looked after FFP, we're bringing in players that shouldn't be at Man United. We're placing Ronaldo with Weghorst. We're bringing in a player gets injured. We say Sabitzer comes. No, I'm with you. I'm not saying that he hasn't made some mistakes. How he's constructed that midfield, I'm still unsure about it.
Okay, are we in agreement?
Yes.
At least, because I don't want to be salty and be
you can't be.
No, but I understand. Even though I give Ten Hag criticism, it's because I think it, right? I'm not just saying it to lay into him.
And he's better than Eddie Howe.
Well, he's not there yet. And do you know what? I actually think Eddie Howe would do way better with these players. But
no, he wouldn't.
But anyway, honestly, this must be his best win ever, is it?
Winning the title.
Winning the trophy.
Winning the trophy. Beating you lot in the final.
Yeah, do you know
Carabao
what?
Cup.
We didn't show up that day because that's who we are.
Doesn't matter, mate. That sounded like a Fury excuse. That sounds like a Tyson Fury. That sounds like Fury versus Ngannou,
He's
mate.
He's got him.
Like Fury Ngannou, mate.
Fuck me there. Okay. No, because I think that Liverpool side turned up to play you, and that was what impressed me.
And we wanted it more.
Yeah.
Listen, I told you, I'm going to be a complete prick today. Yeah. And this is, I've never turned up here happy. Usually I turn up here and it's bad. But it's one of those things when we look at it in its entirety and say, look, as a guy that inherited what Ralph gave to him, which a team that talk about open heart surgery, you've got a team, potentially, this is what we could do. First season, we finished third. We went to FA Cup final, and I think was it Europa League quarters or something like that. And then it quarter or semi. So we played a lot of games and we got silver and we won the Carabao Cup. This season, if you're telling me that we finished in the top 4, win the FA Cup, mate, that is progress.
Top 4? No, let me just say.
When did that get guaranteed?
It's not guaranteed top 4
It's not guaranteed at all. It's not guaranteed. But if they get it...
It's a long shot, by the way.
It's a long shot. But I will say, KG, I will say for you, KG, Unai...
Yeah.
I've said it before. He's a fucking apple crumble, mate. They're like, towards the end of the season, they're going to drop some points. Spurs' defence, they cannot defend.
But look, you've done a very positive spin on that, right? Imagine if it's 6th. Imagine if it's 6th, you don't win the FA Cup.
That's fair.
And then are you saying that it's still been a positive season?
Just be clear, the most expensive team in the league, the most highest wages in the league, and we're talking about potentially 6th and losing an FA Cup. That can't be classified.
No, it is. Again, it's not the best season. We have to win.
If that happens,
if that what you said happens,
so then what would you say about Ten Hag?
Keep him in.
Well, they're gonna. Ornstein confirmed it. Ornstein confirmed
Keep
it.
him in.
I mean, I was just going to say, if you do finish
it's
fourth,
not a successful season. I want to make sure I say that. If we do what you said, that's not a successful season.
Which is relatively realistic. You would still keep him in.
Absolutely.
But that's a regression, is it not?
No, because we have to trust. The job is not finished. It's a 3-year plan, and you can't just say, I'm going to get rid of the manager because the grass ain't always greener.
Do you trust him with the transfers this summer?
He's not doing transfers. We got Dan Ashworth.
If you can pay the money, you've got to pay the money.
You know what's funny, right? It's from everything I've seen with Dan Ashworth at Newcastle. The man's just as big a fraud now. You're like, we've got Dan Ashworth. I'm like, good luck, because we got an 18-year-old for 35 million. He's kicked the ball twice this season.
You don't want
good
to
player though. Good player. Let's say nothing about it.
Harvey Bonds has been a fucking flop. Tonali was on a gambling.
Apparently, he wasn't doing it, and someone else was doing it. Eddie Howe really salty when he done his speech. So
to be fair, the good transfers were by Eddie Howe. So we'll see.
We'll see.
But the fact that you've still got 11 defeats this season,
yes.
and only Wolves and Newcastle are comparable to that in the top 10.
Yes.
So that it's not been rosy. But this has been enough for you to think, absolutely, we've got our man.
Fourth in the Champions League group as well. Just saying. Let's not forget about the Champions League.
Sorry, the worst ever Champions League campaign by Manchester United side ever.
And it wasn't a difficult group, really.
Listen,
it was the easiest one. Yeah, Newcastle.
Guys.
2 of the fucking people still left the competition or we're in our group.
Yeah, listen, guys, you're not going to tell me against this manager. Love this guy, and I think he'll be good for us.
Okay. Right
now we're good. Bad things are going to happen in the season, and we just got to stick with it. This is our manager. I trust him. He made good decisions, even in that game. If you're Ineos watching in that game, you're saying extra time when he's talking to the players and they're locked in. There's many a times when you look and say that he's been under pressure, and he has been under pressure many times this season, but he gets out of jail.
Do you know what I'm going to give him credit for? Yeah. And I mean this honestly, sincerely. There's been times I've watched them play this season where I thought, that lot do not give a fuck about him. And you've probably felt the same way watching him, right? And right now, Eddie Howe's going through that period at Newcastle where he's losing the players, and it's making me wonder, can you get them back? And what Ten Hag has done, it seems, to a degree, has got them back.
Team meetings at Ivy, mate.
But that's hard to do, right? So I will give him credit because he doesn't seem like the most personable guy. So to have them still wanting to play for you, still trying in the last minute, it did impress me.